Sue, did you want to give any background information?
Sarah?
I don't know where Sarah is. So, all right.
Come up, Aryaa. Aryaa is a Chantilly High School graduate, and she, her transition path with us was she started in career prep, and she has done a career assessment at the Marshall Assessment Center. And from that assessment, we got some recommendations and ideas. Her work experience through her classes have included retail, and because she had an interest in technology and office, we also gave her an opportunity through her career prep to do Department of Housing. Then she took Education for Employment with the Westfield, and they have had her working at West Diagnostic. IAI, is it? I always get it mixed up. She has to correct me. And this year, she will be going to STEP. And Aryaa has also participated in I'm Determined and Youth Leadership and Best Buddies. So I'm going to turn this over to Aryaa.
Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Again, I want to thank you all for bringing me here. I have a let you know my wonderful teacher, Miss Goldman, has directed this beautiful event. We had to go and speak as a employee recognition center. Employee recognition center. But right now I'm going to introduce myself. So my name is Aryaa Boulay. I'm here to talk to you about my experience as US community care and youth skills. And again, last 2 years, I went to YLA. It's also known as YLA. I also went to Atonement Summit, Youth Empowerment Summit. And I also flew to Indiana as a Best Buddies Ambassador to be Best Buddies BBLC, Best Buddies Leadership Conference. So my interview of Central High School with Sue College recommended me to apply to YLA. The application process for this summit was not easy last year. It was easy, but it's not easy. You did not get selected. Luckily, I got selected to go to YLA. Woo! So if this was a process where I had to do a video and an essay, and an essay for YLA. And there were letters of recommendations for both of them. So luckily I went to YLA as a delegate. Last 2019, I got an opportunity to speak at Capitol in Richmond, Virginia, in front of 3 legislators. I talked about South course. My objective was to make legislators aware that South course are coming to this city, to this country. Anyone that is disabled can use this course. I wanted to make the ideas and is necessary and legislators slow down people who are disabled, disability, that use this course which will change the impact of disabled students. Also, this short-term course will also make me independent. And when parents can track me, we are good. because it's a new camp. And it is a delegate. No pants. I meant to. They are a little bit for me. Again, I'm late, but they are not. They're really disposable and dull. I learned how to analyze problems in a group activity. I learned working with different peers, and I met virtually people. And I talked about my needs, always with the eye server. Again, I compare myself as a grown-up adult, and I live on myself by my own roommate. So one night, there's something terrible happened in the middle of the night. And I woke up and saw that my roommate is a home sickness. And we started to realize there's no parents. There's a sad, sad roommate. So I woke up and I was dirty. In the night, when I did I had a phone with me. So I got one of my sisters, and my Dr. Lee, with my phone, I still the other roommate with the doorbell. For that, this is in the 7th moment where I got the first compassionate person that my sisters arrived. Also, at the end of the camp, I was one of the 4 students who were called for graduation. One of the few people who speak at graduation ceremony. On the last day, I did an award. I asked this compassionate person. They come for graduation to speak. Speak in front of graduation and students, and they were surprised. So, of course, I'm telling it's a great summit for me. And I got selected by the tour last 2 years ago. So last year, this girl was I am determined where I learned to self-advocacy. I learned self-advocacy and how to speak up So I went to her and asked her suggestions and to improve her grades. And she can repair simple techniques. One, to proofread her work. Two, get feedback from any adult. And through that, I have Kristen again that went from C plus to P plus. And she also did there was applause. She recognized me for advocating in my class. It was recognition of her for language and advocating for health in her class. So I advocated, not just for my needs, I advocated for my grades, so that I know word of recognition from language teacher. Well, again, something crazy happened. I got selected again to go to school. Again, I went back to share my knowledge. But this time I was nervous, and I really enjoyed everything that I taught and the opposite. And it's going to be a change when I went there. Again, making exactly cases, special information. I received a color. Last year, the purple color is a yellow too. So, with this and that group of doing, versus giving moment here, we also work together as a team to solve puzzles and learn of the activities and session instead of really how to explore to figure out and solve mysteries. Another session, again, I know all of this will I am determined. Instead of really how to write down list of strengths, references, and there's a list to highlight regarding the special needs. Then I have to talk about it with my crew. First on the club, I have here. So this June lecture was awesome as I thought. And just very few words give a mind to see it. A lot of people saying, written me down the proofs and whatever down. So, to go back, not the same knowledge, but just really few words give to me a sentiment. Don't give up. Again, people have let me down. It's very hard. So don't be there. Go up. Be big. You're able to speak up for your special needs and your other issues of any other. Please allocate and please clarify what the slow is so hurt. Now, this final assignment that I recommend my name as a speaker at Westwood's Prom as a first fundraiser. After gymnastics is speaking in the audience unless done. I was elected as the best person pastor for this year. Also, I also got an invitation to go to Westwood's Nursery Conference in Indiana. To represent, I represented all over half of America. Fox Church, Richmond, Fairfax. The station is movement I represented all. I represented Washington D.C. Monument as a pastor. So I went there. This was my summer too. But things, you know. From a book, this Indiana book really packed opportunities. I went through this training with looking at other students and attended various lessons and activities. All these experiences helped me to make me independent, not maybe. No, at school, I have been a good student. And I have put a work. And I should have ability to work with everyone and have demonstrated good habits. As a student, when people say people think they got to do it after the incident to help. And I was in charge. And that's why I asked for the program. I had to be an adult, a tough adult, to make my decisions and for me to be independent. Through all this, I set myself to be a leader at Central High School. Now, hello, thank you all for coming out here to listen to me. I hope able to share my experiences and my experience with them. If you have any questions, you can just ask me. Or if you have any other suggestions, or you wish you can also let me know. Again, it was a pleasure of speaking in front of all of the teachers.